this phase is all about now starting to put things into order and then looking at the delivery to make sure that it's engaging, because there's no point having all these tips there if it's not going to be engaging for your particular audience. So once you've got all of these tips, you've downloaded everything from your brain, you've gone through my methods to then find more information of things that you know how to do, you'll then want to put some kind of structure or logic to it. Now, depending what you're teaching will depend how this next stage goes for you, because you might be teaching something that doesn't necessarily require an order of steps. It might quite simply be, random tips. It might be, let me think of something, for instance, happiness. You might be doing a mini course on 20 days to happiness, or 20 days to a happier you or a happier life. And you just simply provide a tip each day for 20 days that will help that person become happier. Now, when you look at those 20 tips, they are not required to necessarily be implemented in any particular order in order for that person's life to improve. That is a situation where you quite simply can go, well, what order would you like to do your videos in? What order is it going to be easier for you to simply film those tips? And there is no logical sequence. That's totally okay, and that's totally a thing. Now, there are other topics where quite literally there will be prerequisites. It will be an essential act for people to do step 1 before they can do step 2, before they can do step 3. Now, in instances like that, it will be quite easy for you to look at your wall of post-it notes now and quite simply move the order of them so that they flow from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4. And this is why I love the highly technical post-it note concept methodology, because it's easy for you to now start moving things around. So if you have something that's very process driven, very step driven, now just move your post-it notes around into order, and there you have the order of the videos that you're going to film. Now, there's a third version, which is the videos themselves, the tips themselves might not necessarily have to go in a specific order, but there are little families or groups, and the groups of tips need to come in a particular order. I'm trying to think of an example off the top of my head, which I can't because I have baby brain right now. But basically what you're going to do is kind of see if there's groups of tips that are similar, that form little families. So I used a nutrition example a moment ago. Let's stick with that. Let's say there's a bunch of tips on hydration. So those kind of little family would go together. There's a bunch of tips on nutrition and eating well. So you start grouping those little bunch of tips together, and there might be one on exercise. So those bunch of tips will all kind of form into an exercise collection. Now, basically what you've done by creating those little groups is you've created yourself some modules. And you might look at those modules, which are groups of tips or groups of videos, and sort of feel like naturally those modules will go in a certain order. So all you're going to do now with your post-it notes is group them all together and then just put them into lines. So line 1 is module 1, line 2 is module 2, line 3 is module 3. And you may then look at those and move some of your tips around and see that there's a certain order that those tips in each module would come in. Now, what you're starting to do here is now build out your online course structure quite simply with some post-it notes stuck on the wall. Now, it does get a little bit more intricate than this after this step, but again, remember today I want to give you the most absolute basics to simply start. Because once you've done this, now you are going to create your course plan. Now, I provide people with templates to create their online course plan, because what you're going to do now is you're going to look at the wall in front of you, and you're just simply going to start typing up these modules and the individual tips, the lessons, into your online course plan. And you're going to start to now build that out into an engaging online course so that it's more than just some videos. Hello and welcome to my course creation group coaching program. This is the course program for creating your online course, getting your knowledge out of your head, out into the world, positively impacting people and making you a passive income as well. My name's Sarah Cordiner. I'm a qualified course creation specialist. I have been in the education sector helping people create their own online courses for well over a decade. And in this program, I run only a couple of times a year. I will take a small group of people through the process of creating and publishing their own profitable online course in just 30 days. Yes, in 4 weeks, I will personally hold your hand and walk you through the 10 steps of creating your very own online course. Now, it's broken down into 4 weeks. Module 1 is all about planning and profiting from your online course. It's about how to pick a topic, how to do your market testing and market research to make sure there's a market demand for it. I mean, after all, hands up, who wants to create a course that nobody buys? Didn't think so, right? So that stage is all about making sure it works. We look at your business model because the online course should not be an isolated part of your business. It should be really carefully and intricately laced into everything else that you do or could be doing. And I'll also be providing you with some strategies for making sure that your online course not only brings new people into your business, but actually gets them to buy more and more offerings and products and services that you could be offering too. So once we've got that module 1 about planning and profiting from your online course out of the way, we move into module 2, which is all about your content for your online course, your delivery, and your filming. And yes, you even will film your online course in that module too. So in that module, we'll go through how to actually find quantity and quality content that your target market are looking for. Content that they are going to absolutely love and be highly engaged with and come out of the program saying, that completely changed my life. I will literally take you through the process of how to find that, how to work with your audience to gather that information, even if you don't have an audience yet. Yes, really. And we will then go through how is the best way to actually share that information with your audience. How do you get it all out of your head? How do you put it into an order? How do you get your modules into place? How do you put all of your lessons into the right place? And how do you then actually deliver it so that it's engaging? And how do you film it all if you have no tech skills at all? I mean, really, even if you're as tech savvy as a carrot, I'm going to show you how you can, on no budget at all, create quality online course videos that your students will absolutely love. And that then moves us into the third module. So the third module is all about your tech setup. Now, you'll be very pleased to know that the technology out there today makes it super duper easy for you to create an online course. There are learning management systems, there are online course marketplaces, there are course plugins. Believe me, by the time you finish this program, you're going to totally get what I just said. It's all going to make sense, I promise you. I'm going to tell you what this all means, how they all work, and you will be an absolute pro by the time you finish that particular module. So I will actually take you through step by step how to set up your own online school, how to get it all ready for students and open it and launch it and go live. You will go live with your very own online course before the 30 days is up. Now, if that wasn't enough, I also provide a 4th bonus module as part of this program, because now you've created an amazing online course, you have a bunch of students ready to join it, it's published, it's live, but how do you go through a proper launch and ongoing marketing process? Now, as we said at the beginning, there's no point building a course to change people's lives if it doesn't get into the hands of anyone's lives, right? So this 4th module is a bonus about launch and marketing. I will take you through some common launch strategies for launching your various online courses. I will take you through a long-term marketing plan and other ways in which you can now take your course and multiply it into other products. I'm going to teach you how to turn your course into a published book so you can become a published author. I'm going to show you how to repurpose it into keynote presentations and guest podcast speeches and webinars, and how to basically maximize everything that you had just done in the previous 3 to 4 weeks to now go on and work for you forever and turn it into a much bigger income generating system for your whole entire business. Yes, you're going to do all of this in just 4 weeks with me holding your hand every single step of the way. So what do you get? You get access to a full online school, and you get this, lifetime access to that content, including all future upgrades. I know, right? So inside that learning area, you have a tutorial video for every single step that you will need to go through to create your school, come up with all of your content, put your course plan together, to set up all of your tech, the whole lot. There is massive downloadable printable workbooks in there. You get a whole range of benefits such as bonuses to my Edupreneur Academies depending on the plan that you choose. You also get a private Facebook group, secret Facebook group with just the members of the coaching program inside there, and inside that Facebook group I turn up every single day. I'm answering your questions every single day. I'm live streaming in there daily. I'm personally in there helping you. You also get a live Q&A call with me every single week for the full 4 weeks of the program. So through the week I'll collect up questions, there's survey forms that you can fill in and send through to me, and we all get on a live call together. Remember, it's just a small group that we only take in a couple of times a year, and we go through every single one of those questions together. Because it's a small group, my answers can be tailored specifically to your unique situation. Now, depending on the plan that you pick, you can also have one-on-one with me, and again, depending on the plan that you pick, I can also set up all of your tech for you as part of the program too, at a massive discounted rate compared to my public done-for-you services. So I can assure you, depending what budget you're on, there is a price for each of you to join this program, but there is no price that compares to finally getting your course out to the world, into the hands of your students, and finally making that impact and that income that you have been dying to make for such a long time. Don't take my word for it. There's heaps of people that have been through this program that have lots of good things to say and will tell you what they think if you go and watch the videos below. So if you are interested in joining the program, you will have to click on the form button below to join the waiting list, because I only take in a couple of groups a year. So you have to put your name down on that list if you want to be the first person to be notified when this program opens. And basically it's first come, first serve. So fill in the form below if you're interested in getting more information or being notified when this program opens up for the next set of enrollments, and I will get back in touch with you and let you know as soon as the next enrollment date is open. And I really look forward to seeing you in there and helping you get your online course finally out to the world as well. I'll see you there.